Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me again on this channel. So guys, Nigerian senator has come out to say that they should bring back Biafra map, that Biafra map needs to come back. That in fact, what they want to do now is they want to bring back Biafra because Biafra had a map before. So what they want to Biafra had a map before that consists of all the whole Igbos, both Imo, Owerri, Igbo Central, Enugu, FCT. So he has this Igbo map. This Biafra has map, Igbo map. So there's the Nigerian senator is saying that they should restore Biafra map back to us. That is what they are saying. We need Biafra map back. Just like the way we are demanding, just like the way Biafra has their flag, we also want to have a Biafra map. According to what the Nigerian senator was saying, he said that there was Biafra map before. There was Biafra map before. So all we want to do now is to bring back the Biafra map, just like we have Biafran flag, so that we'll know that, okay, these are the people consisting in Biafra, which is Imo or Enugu. We'll know that, okay, they are these people that we have. So that is what the Nigerian senator was saying. So guys, I want you guys to even listen to the video so you guys will hear what this Nigerian senator have to say, saying that Biafran map must be brought back. That is what he said. Biafra map must be brought back to Nigeria, whether they like it or not. That was what this Nigerian senator was saying, telling them in the House of Senate. So guys, take a look at this. And
nobody has a right to erase a name, bite of Biafra from the map. If it's bite of Biafra, put it back on the map. You have no right to take bite of Biafra off the map, put it back on the map, and let's fix our problem.
We felt Biafra will rise again. This was the statement made by a vice president of Nigeria to Senator Bruce. I'll play the video. One of the greatest challenge Nigeria had, or one of their problems, was that after the Biafra Civil War that ended in 1970, they continued with the war. They tried to do everything possible to silence the Biafrans. They want to know if they can erase them from the surface. They want to know if they can cover it up. But lo and behold, you can't just cover it up. It's impossible. And today again, here is it. Biafra is here again, standing before them. I can tell you honestly, one of the major problems Nigeria had today is Biafra issue. And I can assure you, the earlier they settle it, the better for them. Forget about some people will tell you, forget about Biafra. If you know the capacity, if you know the weight of Biafra, you give it attention. Forget about people that will talk down on it. Buhari came the other day. Buhari said that we are adults. We are adults. Even some Igbo people will tell you Biafra is not a problem. These are people that do not know their left from their right. If you know what Biafra stands for, if you don't know, Nigeria government, they knew it. You know, it's a case of Biafra issues. Like it's a case of you not knowing who you are, but your enemy knows who you really are. That's what it takes. You know, some people in life don't even know what they are, but their enemy knows who they are, or let me say their neighbor knows who they are. Some people see them, people will be like, because of the way they've conditioned or the way they've programmed, they're just like the people that knew who they really are will tell you, you see these guys, forget it. That is exactly the situation of Nigeria and Biafra. How many years ago now? It's over 50 years. The issue is still very fresh, as if it's just yesterday. So the problem now is, whose fault? Of course, it's Nigerians' fault. They keep the marginalization. They keep doing everything possible, both spiritual, both physical. Today you can see it walking on the street. Go to Nigeria, you can see the marginalization. You can see everything walking on the street of Nigeria. It's written everywhere. It's written everywhere. It's both in religion, both in economical, both in commerce, both in finance. It's everywhere. Everywhere. And then you tell me Biafra, you just leave Biafra. I laugh at you. You that is saying leave Biafra. The earlier Nigerian does the right thing, the better for them. And I think the best thing is to just allow them to go. Just restore Biafra. Then maybe Nigeria will start talking of how to walk. Otherwise, forget it. Nigeria walking without Biafra, feast. Forget it. Listen to Senator Bruce, then maybe you understand me better.
I want to thank you all for bringing this very, very important debate on the floor of the National Assembly. But I take a different perspective. to what has happened here. You have to go back in history to understand why there was a civil war in the first place, and 50 years later, why the same people are agitating for independence. In 66, we had the first coup, where it was alleged that the Igbos wiped out northern leaders in the military. Second coup, Gawan took over, and there was a lot of bloodshed, killing the Igbos. Igbos were killed in the north. They moved back to eastern Nigeria. Ojukwu became head of state, declared a nation called Biafra. The war started. We fought for 3 years. The war was over, and southeastern Nigeria and eastern Nigeria, as it was called, was integrated into Nigeria. That is the background. Now, when the war was over, I asked the vice president of Nigeria a fundamental question. There are two questions asked. One, why did you erase the bite of Biafra from the map of Nigeria? And he said that at the Supreme Military Council meeting, they felt Biafra would rise again. And so the federal government at the time did everything possible not to talk about the war in Nigeria. So from 1970 to the present, a generation of Nigerians who were born did not know we had a civil war. And I know a lot of young people who do not know Nigeria fought the war. This policy of being an ostrich and not addressing issues is counterproductive. If you lived in America, you know you had the Vietnam War, which happened at the same time as the Nigerian Civil War. You had the Korean War, you had the First World War, you had the Second World War. You have all kinds of wars. And they talk about it all the time. If you watch the Discovery Channel, you can see all the wars in the world. And the reason they televise these wars is so that you can learn from the mistakes of others, so that you do not become a fool and make the same mistakes and fight again. And so here we are 50 years later, talking about something that could have been avoided if the federal government at the time understood the value of history. So one, we erased the Civil War from our consciousness. So a generation of people do not know we fought the war or why we fought the war. They say the Igbos were marginalized, right? They fought the war, they lost. Today, they are the most industrious people in the country today. They are the richest Nigerians in the country today. One of the most educated people in Nigeria today. Yet they feel marginalized. If you compare the Igbo man to the other sections of the society, you would say the Igbos are very privileged because of what they have. Yet, a generation of Igbos say they are marginalized and they want to secede and they want a nation. Well, yes, a young generation of people who have never seen bloodshed, war, destruction, people being killed, amputated, families being divided, sure they can think like that. But what have we done as a nation to educate them about the destruction of war? Absolutely nothing. We do not teach this in our history books. We do not tell our children what war is all about. It's easy to talk about war. How many people have carried a gun, an AK-47, a machine gun, a machete? How many people have carried a gun? How many people have used a gun? How many people have fired a shot? How many people? Those who talk about war, those who talk about bloodshed, those who talk about confusion, have never carried a gun. So how do they know how people die? Have they seen blood? And yet here we are debating a subject that we as a nation should understand. The educational system does not teach it, and our people do not understand it, and the federal government of Nigeria do not recognize it. And so my position is different. If the federal government do not recognize a fundamental problem in our educational system, a fundamental problem on how television is viewed across the country, then we have a fundamental problem, and we must address the problem at the source. What is the problem? We are the problem. It could be Biafra today, it could be South tomorrow, it could be Northeast the other day. It doesn't matter. The problem is we are not addressing the problem that unites or divides us, and this must be addressed. Our educational system is one of the worst I've ever seen in anywhere in the world. It is terrible. Our policy on information makes no sense whatsoever, and here we are talking about an impending crisis. A lot of people forget. I don't know, I'll be quick. How many people remember December 31st, 1983, when there was a military coup? A lot of people forget. I was in the office of Punch newspaper, Oluwabodere. I did not know he was dying of cancer. But then he said to me, Nigeria must change, and he will do whatever he took to bring down the Shagari administration. He did an editorial 3-4 days before the military coup. Front page, back page, inside front page. Within 3 days, the military struck and democracy ended. But the people of this country who do not pay attention to history, who do not read, who do not watch television, and to the government who pretend to be deaf and dumb.
Your mic.
Pay attention. The government should pay attention to the least of us. They should pay attention to history. There is a way out, but to pretend, and when you erase Bite of Biafra from the map, nobody has a right to erase the name Bite of Biafra from the map. If it's Bite of Biafra, put it back on the map. You have no right to take Bite of Biafra off the map, put it back on the map, unless.
So guys, you guys have listened to what Senator Bruce have to say about Biafra map. In the first place, why would they even be erasing Biafra map? That they trying to erase the what happened in Nigeria? Are they trying to erase the civil war that happened in Nigeria? Are they trying to make our children so that they will not be aware of what happened in Nigeria, the civil war that occurred in Nigeria? So Senator Bruce is saying that they should put back they should put back Biafra map in it. That they should put back Biafra map. Are they trying to erase it because they don't want us to our children to know what happened in the civil war? He went as far as started stating that in so many countries there have been wars, but these people do have a place where they have will I even say is a tape or a record where the people watch what happened, the fights or the war that occurred in their country. But in Nigeria, it is not so. You find that the history, our history, they try to they try to write off our history. These days, little children don't even watch what happened. Many people don't even know what happened in Nigeria. Yes, people don't know the civil war that occurred in Nigeria. Little children don't know again. They don't even watch it again. There's no station where they will say, okay, let us play what happened in Nigeria civil war, so you guys were aware, so that your children will be aware of what happened in the civil war. There's no station again that plays it. But if you check other countries, they have all these stations. They have channels that play what happened in their country or the war that occurred in their country. But Nigeria, they try every possible means to erase what happened in Nigeria off. They try to remove Biafra map. And Senator Bruce is saying, why are they removing Biafra map? What's the essence? Why are they trying to remove Biafra map? Are they trying to erase the history of what occurred in this country called Nigeria? Are they trying to erase the civil war that emerged in Nigeria? That is what he's saying, that they should put back the Biafra map, put back the Biafra map, so that our children and children that are yet to be born, so that the next generation will be aware of the civilian war that took place in Nigeria, that killed lots of people, rendered people homeless. And they should even put the history, like how it started, how Gowon even started the war in Nigeria. They should put it there, so that the children will listen and see what is going on in Nigeria. So them trying to remove Biafra map is like trying to say that, because when they ask them, why do you want to remove Biafra map? They say that they feel that Biafra is going to rise again. So they're trying to remove Biafra map so that Biafra will not rise again. Is that what they're trying to say? They're supposed to put back Biafra map so that people who are not aware, like children, our next generation that is coming, that are not aware of what happened in Nigeria, will be fully aware of it. Anyway, guys, you guys have listened to what Senator Bruce have to say about the bringing back Biafra map. That is what he was saying in the House of Senate. So guys, let us actually take a look at the second thing I told you guys we'll be talking about today. We'll be talking about what really happened in Benue State, the massacre that happened in Benue State. And you guys are aware that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu came out to say something about it. Yes, he came out and said something about the attack that happened in Benue State. And guess what? Many Nigerians attacked him. They went as far as saying that the Pope have already come out, let me say, before this incident happened, has already come out and made a prayer for the people that were lost in Benue. But our president, it took him time for him to come out to say, oh, we have heard about the Benue incident that happened. Oh, I'm so sorry. People say that this man, the president, it took the president like 48 hours to come and tender or write a message or a condolence message to the people that was lost in Benue State. It took him 48 hours that the Pope even came out to say a word of prayer for the people that were lost in Benue. Before he came out, people started wondering. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is actually waiting for the Pope to come out to say something before he steps out. Is that what he's trying to say? Is that what people were like saying that what kind of this is the worst president they have ever had in the history of Nigeria? People went as far as saying that they have never seen a president like Bola Ahmed Tinubu before. You guys even need to listen to what many Nigerians were saying concerning our president Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the way they were insulting him and saying that he did not do well. Because if you guys remember the incident that happened in India, the India plane crash, when the incident happened, Bola Ahmed Tinubu was Bola even said he was even the first person himself to come and write message to them, telling them his condolence, telling them his story about what happened. Yes, he came out, he made a condolence message during that India during that crash, on that India air crash. He immediately came out and made a post on it. Now, when this incident happened in Benue, it took him time to come out and say, oh, this is what happened in Benue. Oh, I'm sorry. In fact, even if something happened in a country, the person that information should be reaching first is Bola Ahmed Tinubu, because the information should be reaching him first. But suddenly the information did not reach him first, and he came out and was not telling us. Let me read out the message he sent to Nigerians based on the killings that happened in Benue State, and we'll take a look at some reactions from what people said. So the first one said, Bola Ahmed Tinubu said, I have been briefed on the senseless. He said, I have been briefed. He was briefed on the senseless bloodletting in Benue State. He now said, enough is enough. I have directed the security agencies to act decisively, arrest the perpetrators of this evil act on all sides of the conflict and prosecute them. Political and community leaders in Benue State must act responsible and avoid inflammatory utterances that could further increase tensions and killings. Then he now said, this is the time for Governor Alia to act as a statesman and immediately lead the process of dialogue and reconciliation that will bring peace to Benue. Then he said, our people must live in peace, and it is possible when leaders across the divide work together in harmony and differences identified and addressed with fairness, openness, and justice. And people were like, what kind of letter is this? Imagine, he said he was briefed. He said, I have been briefed on the senseless bloodletting in Benue State. Imagine what is coming out from the mouth of our president. He was briefed. So he was not even aware of what happened in Benue State. He was not even aware of the massacre. Even people, like, if anything should be happening in this country, information should be reaching him first. But unfortunately, information did not reach him. So guys, listen to reactions from people concerning what they said about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, saying that he is the worst president in Nigeria. Concerning this Benue killing, imagine a president is not even aware. He said he was briefed, meaning he was not even sure of what happened in Benue State. This is so bad. And this is the same Benue people that are holding the Nigerian government, saying that Nigerian government to help them, but their president doesn't even understand what happened in Benue State. Guys, take a look at this video and reaction from people, and I'll be right back.
If Benue is no more among the states in Nigeria, let us know, Mr. President. It is clear that we don't have a president in Nigeria. It is clear. It is clear we don't have a president. Make we just know, say a very dark man be the president of this country. We don't have a president in Nigeria. Make we just know. If the Pope from Rome, they talk about the buying of people, over 200 in Benue State, and nobody from the red chamber, green chamber, none of our strong politicians, none of them don't talk. Even the president cannot speak. Shebi when they make Pope, once they give her that Pope this thing title as we go there, president won't go. See where they go, where addition say they don't even invite them. You went there. Now something they happen for your state, for your country. Pope don't talk, you never talk. Is it not a shame? Is it not a shame that we don't have a president in this country? A president that does not care about the well-being of the people. So we don't clamor on this Benue buying of people. People they die. Presidents no they talk. Instead, president they waka, they go where people they defect. President they look for governors to defect from other PDP to APC. That's what the president is after. He go see, I pity all of una when they plan to vote Tinubu for 2027. Una never know what you want to do in their life. Una no just know. Benue is bleeding. Like they bleed profusely. Like Benue, now blood full am. But the president is not saying anything. He's after his own ambition to becoming the president in 2027. Why we vote you in as the president if you cannot pay attention to things affecting your citizens? So now, a very dark man, you go hear some useless set of people, some useless D1. They talk against this person when they be like, say, when it happen, and they bring this thing to the forefront. Now they still won't even make, whenever he makes videos like this, guy won't be help go coming. But the president was supposed to go there, he not do anything. If Benue is no more among the states in Nigeria, let us know, Mr. President. If Benue is no more among the states, Benue, Kogi, Taraba, Jos, all these states that have been affected by these so-called headsmen and the rest, let us know the states that are no more in Nigeria. Because you will not tell me Benue will be affected and the president is not saying anything. If Benue is not among, Mona let me know. So I go not say na visa, I go tell they go Benue. Because it is sad that the Pope can speak about what is going on in Benue and Tinubu is keeping quiet. Tinubu, they keep quiet. Then some miscreants, some D1s, some D1s go come outside. They attack person when they be like, say they not born D1 papa where to go there. The place where very dark man there now where attack fit take place, but he's there. Then they born your own citizen. You no care.
So guys, you guys listen to what he said about the Bola Ahmed Tinubu not going to Benue State, after all the and people are not asking, where is all the celebrities that are based in Edo and like all these celebrities that have Benue State? Why is it that Bola Ahmed Tinubu cannot go to Benue State? Do you know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu did not make a visit to Benue State? P2B went, Very Dark Man went, but Bola Ahmed Tinubu never went there. But do you guys remember when they made Pope, when they gave they had to inaugurate Pope? He went to Rome. He immediately went to Rome to welcome the man. But something is happening in his country. He could not step his leg there. He did not step his leg in Benue State. You guys need to watch the massacre that happened in Benue. It was bloody. The massacre that happened in Benue State, so bad. You see, so that's I used to say, thank God for Nnamdi Kanu. I used to sit down and I wonder what Nnamdi Kanu have done for Nigerians that many people have not seen it. Let me tell you, Nnamdi Kanu has opened the eyes of many youths to see beyond. Like, he has opened the eyes of many people to understand that this country, this so-called one Nigeria, is not what we think. Oh, there is nothing like one Nigeria. Oh. These people are buying us on a daily basis. He opened our eyes to see that these people are making, like, the people in power are using, we are their slaves. That's why he opened our eyes to see. But the funny part of it, that there's some people till now that don't value Nnamdi Kanu, and I'm so sorry for those kind of people. I'm sorry for them because they don't know what Nnamdi Kanu has done. They don't know what Nnamdi Kanu has done for we Nigerians. So guys, take a look at another reaction coming from Very Dark Man concerning what is happening in Benue State, and I'll be right back.
Yesterday I could not sleep. I kept on rolling on my bed. There was no way I could sleep. I kept on seeing images of the children that were burnt alive, families, dead bodies, bones. Till this morning I could not sleep. It was this morning I finally was able to close my eyes. I could not sleep. You understand? But do you know the pain? The pain is that they are not done with Benue State yet. They will kill more people in months to come. They will finish them. That's the pain. They've sent joint task force, police, army, everybody to Benue State. In like 3-4 months, when it is a little bit calm, those military will go back. They will come back, they will continue. Even from the press release from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, she'll tell you that they are not done yet. Now let's go back to the press release, right? In the press release, in the first paragraph, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said they should arrest all the suspects and prosecute them, right? Now, in that same press release, in another paragraph, he said this. He said, this is time for Governor Alia to act as a statesman and immediately lead the process of dialogue and reconciliation that will bring back peace. You want to dialogue with people that are burning people alive. People with barbaric ways. This is to tell you that they are even bigger than the president. It's just the truth. Don't let anybody deceive you. And this is not anything about politics or wanting to say something negative about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu regime. No. They are way bigger than him. They are bigger than APC, PDP, and everybody. They are way bigger. It will be clowning if the DG of DSS will tell me he does not know what is going on in Benue. It will be clowning. It will be clowning if the IG of police will tell me he does not know what's going on in Benue or what has been going on in Benue. It will be clowning if the chief of defense staff, army staff, and all the staffs will tell me they don't know what's going on in Benue. It will be clowning if the NSA say they don't know what's going on in Benue. The only reason anybody's acting now is because I had to go to show the video. Because a lot of you in Nigeria are already used to the news. When you hear that, oh, 50 people buy, 20 people buy, you're already used to the news. And that is what scared me most. That's why I went there. I was so scared. When I saw the news, 200 people, the news just passed like that. It didn't trend nothing. I said, oh, let me be, it's time for me to show them what it means to lose 200 people. That's why I went there. I didn't go there for nothing, just to show you. And now, automatically, everybody is now acting. It will be clowning. It will be clowning. If NSA, police, army will tell me they don't know. Do you know how these people entered that place yesterday? They came with fuel, gallon of fuel. They will open the door, they will pour the fuel. So all these people were coming with gallons of fuel. Where did they pass through? Not just that, these people had AKs. They had AKs. With them. It's not about protesting on the street. The people of Benue, listen to me. You have to go get a license and get a gun. Every farmer in Benue State, you gotta get a gun. It's bigger than what the government can come and intervene at this point. Listen. Get a license, get a gun. Every household in Benue, you get a gun. By any means necessary. If you must sell your car, sell your car. If you will sell your property, sell your property. Your farmland, you protect it. Get a gun. I went to the state. I saw it with my own eyes. You people don't understand what I saw. Listen, bro. Seeing it on the camera is not when you see it in real life. Those people don't have no protection. There's no border nowhere. The land is just open. They can come from anywhere, for fuck's sakes, bro. These people can come from anywhere. Any angle they deem it fit. They'll just come. Unless the people have vote to protect themselves, they can do nothing. From where the police were, you were lucky yesterday that police were there. They according to the story, they said they were lucky. Police came to their aid. And even the police that came to their aid, they are all lab rats. The people that are at the top, they know what's up. The governor is a lab rat as well. I'm sorry to say if he feels offended. He is a lab rat because he said it with his mouth that the people that are doing these things are in the National Assembly, but he cannot talk. That makes him a lab rat. It's for a test. Until the people get strapped up, nothing. And don't even make it by mistake. You Nigerians listen to me. Don't think by a second like it's only Benue State. That same road, I carry them go Enugu State, where they go they buy people for Enugu State. That same road goes to Jos. Those places. From there they will move. They are coming for everybody. Don't make that mistake. Even me, they are coming for me. All of us. They are coming for all of us, bro. They are bigger than presidency. Way bigger than it. You have to get a gun. Don't talk about international community. International community cannot do nothing. They did not try to Boko Haram. What happened? Till tomorrow, they are still there. Until the people get strapped up to protect themselves, nothing can be done. So get a license. Don't go and get illegal guns. Get a license. Even if it's pump action, just hold it. Every household. If they know you have these things, they would shy away. They'll go back a little. Because tell me how you do that barbaric thing to those people. Why? Why? Children, mothers, fathers, food, everything. Everything. I know what I saw yesterday. I saw destruction, you know. Then when the people come out to protest, what do? Hey, you, go and shut them down, throw tear gas on them. The money they spend in buying tear gas to pursue protesters, they can use that money to defend the land, but they will not do that because these people are bigger than them. That's why they will tell you that, oh, go and look for peace. Instead of you to arrest them, you seek peace. In one paragraph, in the same press release, one paragraph, they should go and arrest them. Another paragraph, you are saying that they should reconcile with them. In this same country, they will arrest bandits. After they arrest bandits, they will go and take them to rehab. They will say after rehabilitation center, they will put them back into the system. That they should come and be policemen, they should be military men. They have a lot of people in the military, they have a lot of people in the Navy, they have a lot of people in the Army, they have a lot of people in the police, they have a lot of people in the NSA. They are big. It's a very big syndicate. Very big syndicate. A very big syndicate. A very big syndicate. And a lot of money is being made for themselves. But like I said, even this one already talk now, maybe they'll look for one way, say over it.
So my people, you guys have listened to reactions from people concerning what happened in Benue State. Now, there's this video I saw online about a Nigerian soldier who came out and was saying that there is the Nigerian government that is causing the insecurity in Nigeria. Yes, because they're always rehabilitating and putting all these repeated Boko Haram into army. So it's the reason that you see the insecurity is stopping them more. Now I keep asking myself, what do they mean by rehabilitation and they're now recruiting them into army? A thief is a thief, like I always say. There's nothing like rehabilitation. You're rehabilitating these people and you're bringing them into army to cause more havoc. That's why when you come to the military, it's very hard to differentiate between the good people and the bad people because they now come and mix with the good people who don't know who again. That's why we've been hearing these rumors and people have been saying that some of these military are associating with these bandits. You may not know if the people associating with them are those people that were rehabilitated and putting back to army. According to the Nigerian government, they said that they used to rehabilitate Boko Haram. So it may be them that are causing the insecurity in Nigeria. But you don't know. You see the reason why I always say a thief is a thief. There is nothing like rehabilitation. To be honest, there's nothing like rehabilitation. A thief is always a thief. If they're doing rehabilitation, why don't you just catch these people? Punish them first. But this one is that they will not punish them. And now this Nigerian army said that the only way that these people used to look for strategy in order to run away once they catch them, once they catch these Boko Haram people, the strategy they used to use is that we have surrendered. So they're going to use that strategy and be looking for way they're going to use and come back into military, into Nigeria. So because they know that if they don't surrender, they're going to catch them and put them in prison. But because of that, of course, they do not use surrender strategy. And they will tell you that they have surrendered. When the Nigerian government will not think that they have really, really surrendered, they will not go rehabilitate them and put them back into Nigerian army and they will keep causing havoc. Just listen to what this man have to say, this Nigerian soldier, and I'll be right back.
Good morning, gentlemen. One of these problems we are having in the armed forces today is because we give the enemies chance to outsmart us. The 48 laws of power, number 22, page 163, says, use the surrender tactics to transform weakness into power. Now, you send our soldiers to battlefield, and along the line of the battle, the soldiers overpowered the bandits or the Boko Haram. Because they have been overpowered, they now applied the 48 laws of power, by surrendering. Now, the soldiers now applied the military rules of engagement and decided not to fire them because they have surrendered. At this stage, they got them arrested in order to investigate them and get more of their secrets. Now, instead of focusing on getting their secrets, the government now retained them and said they are repented Boko Haram. You enroll them into the army, you are paying them salary and train them, giving them more secrets of the soldiers. And by the time they got the power, they will reinforce more and come back for you because of what? They already know your.
So, guys, you guys have listened to what he said. These things are strategies for these people to come back into Nigerian, into military. They will say that they have surrendered. Once they catch a Boko Haram person, they will say, "I have surrendered." That is tactics they use so that they will not be able to put them in prison. When they now say that surrender, the Nigerian government will now go and rehabilitate them and put them into that, and they will now from there and start causing havoc and harm. That's why every day that they will keep hearing that even our militaries are part of the things that are happening. Yes, they are part of it because we have some bad eggs like military. Yes, and those bad eggs are the people that have been rehabilitated. You can never change it if it's so hard. Anyone who's always a criminal, anyone who's always a terrorist, it's very hard to rehabilitate them. These people, is running in their blood, it's running in their vein. So you cannot just come up and say, "Hey, you have rehabilitated." What did you rehabilitate? They are still the same people. You putting them into the Nigerians, just like you risking the lives of citizens, because they will not be collaborating with all those and with all these terrorists to even be making the matters and the situation worse. Now it is not done on them. The Benue people have now understood everything that Nnamdi Kanu has been telling them against Fulani terrorists. Yes, it has now, they have not started realizing it. Very, very soon, everybody will now start agitating for their own freedom. They have found out that there is no joy in one Nigeria. There is nothing in one Nigeria. So anybody who is saying one Nigeria, you're your own. You're your own. Nobody is talking about one Nigeria again. It is the Benin people are still realizing what Mazi Nnamdi Kanu told them for a very long time that they didn't believe. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu did that broadcast for a very long time. For a very long time, they didn't believe. Now it has still coming to pass one by one. Everything he has been saying has still coming to pass. Take a look at what is now going on in Benue State. Like Benue State is really bleeding. Like a whole lot is going on in Benue State. The massacre and everything. People lost their lives. 15, like a man lost his family. 15 families were lost. A man lost his entire village because of this attack that happened. And the way it is going, if something is not done about it, and for me, I feel that the Benue State governor is a weak man. Yes, because he just told us now that he knows people who are involved in what is going in Benue State. But how come he hasn't been able to call their names out? Is it? I know the way I'm looking at this thing is just as if they are also holding Benue governor. Yes, maybe if he speak out, it's going to be a problem for him, or maybe they'll start coming after him because he just told us that he's aware of people who are buying his city, who are buying his people in Benue State. He said it in the national TV. He said, "I'm aware of people who are doing this thing, that they are Abuja politicians." So how come till now he hasn't called their names out? How come? This to show you what is happening in Nigeria. Even the governors are now afraid to speak. They feel that if they speak, something will happen to them. That's why you see some of our governors, our Igbo leaders, and many governors are saying supporting Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Even when they know the man is wrong, they will still be supporting him. Like, I don't even know. And this is the same thing that Mazina Nkala has been telling them. Never you sell your land to Fulani people. These people are bad. You need to learn people's history before you accommodate them. Now, take a look at what is happening in Benue State. Everybody is now crying because of the massacre that took place in Benue State. And many Nigerians are saying that how come Bola Ahmed Tinubu has not gone to visit it? In fact, that is the job of a president. When something happens, you go and visit them. You go and visit that particular place it happened, and you just all you did was just send a message. Very dark man went there, P2B went there, and all our president could do is just and this is the same person you guys are saying that he should come out for election 2027. This is the same person you are saying that he should be our president 2027. You guys are not serious. That's why you see when I listen to what Oju Zokalu said about President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. When Oju Zokale was saying he supports Tinubu, that he support APC is the largest party, is going to support. He like that man is just he's just a betrayer of Igbos. That is who Oju Zokale is. That myself is not even supposed to be called an Igbo man. He's a betrayer. Imagine coming out to national TV telling us that APC is the largest party, but you already know that that there's no party that can defeat APC. You already know that any coalition with any other person cannot beat Tinubu. You can imagine what an Igbo man is saying from his mouth. When I listened to that interview, I was so annoyed with that particular interview. Oju Zokale said the same Tinubu now you're seeing what is happening in Benue State. The same Bola Ahmed Tinubu you said that he should come to 7 has not come to Benue State to look at his citizens. Like his citizens are buying every day. He has not gone there to say anything about it, and it's the same person that Oju Zokale is endorsing to be the president come 2027. Just take a look at what the man said. It was so shameful. When I saw the interview, I was so ashamed of Oju Zokale. Let's take a look at this video and I'll be right back.
In other stories, former Abia State Governor and Senator representing Abia North, Oji Uzokalo, has spoken on the continued detention of IPOB leader Nnamdi Kanu, describing the matter as a personal due to his long-standing relationship with Kanu's family. While addressing journalists, Kalu expressed confidence in the Nigerian judiciary and voiced hope that justice would prevail through due process. He also reaffirmed his support for President Bola Tinubu, stating that the president understands the nation's challenges and that positive change would come in due time.
I came to see Nnamdi Kanu's mother and father, and all of you were aware. I spoke to them, and I spoke to President Muhammad Buhari. He's alive. And he directed he should be given the court that his lawyers should not oppose bail. And I went to see Nnamdi. And I saw him, spoke to him immediately, spoke to his brothers, fine boy, all of them. And the unfortunate things happened. And it was not my problem that he started doing what he's not supposed to. I warned him. I said, once you get this bail, don't carry arms. Don't sew uniform. Don't do all these things. You are second in command, can do anything, carry your flag and shout. And that is the truth. I'm saying it publicly, so it can be on record. So the court gave him bail, and the unfortunate thing happened. When he came back from Kenya, I was the first person that saw him in DSS. True or false? People have the record, and it's true. And his lawyer said, why should I go there? I'm going to tell him to surrender their mandate. I mean, country is not built that way. The nationality of a country should be respected. I still believe that President Tinubu will surprise people. I have discussed this matter with him, and I'm sure that he's also waiting to see. We must give the judiciary opportunity to say who is right and wrong. Our judiciary are courageous enough to tell us who is right and wrong.
Fulani can control you however they like. Once they announce it, Yoruba newspapers very foolishly and stupidly will support them because they want Tinubu as the president. And you are all dying every blessed day. You are all dying every day. Had you people risen up to say that what is happening in Nigeria is bad, there is no way that Fashoranti's daughter will not be alive today. That is the price you pay for duplicity. That is the price you pay for treachery. That is the price you will continue to pay until you rise up and say, enough is enough. It is up to you to do it. You did it during NSAS. You can do it again. Can you imagine Fulani people telling you, if you remove Fulanis from Yoruba forest, imagine Fulani telling you, if you remove them from your ancestral lands, there will be war. And you are panicking. And you have not asked yourself, why are they not saying something about the East? Why did they not say to Eastern Security Network? Why did they not say to me, if you don't stop evacuating Fulani terrorists from the forest, there will be war? Because they know, they understand psychologically that you don't have what it takes to resist them. Do you know why Borno State is still alive? Why you still have the Kanuri people in Borno today? Was because they resisted the Fulani centuries ago. You have to go back to history to understand how Nigeria came into existence. Fulani has been expanding from day one, from Senegambia. All the way from Senegambia, they've been expanding, and now they are in Okigwe. All the way from Senegambia. They are now in Okigwe. And you're asking us to somehow fold our hands and keep quiet because of 2023, because one idiot is going to come out to become a president, because of that rubbish, because of that nonsensical notion, we should fold our hands and wait until we are overrun by the Janjaweed from the Sahel. Is that how reasonable people think? Is that how people that wish to survive as a race, is that how they reason? It is very, very shocking that some of you do not understand what the Fulani have in store for you. Very, very soon it is going to happen. And when it happens, your eyes will clear. And about whom you will see it very clearly. I was warning you. In 2014, 2015, 2016, they said he's a warmonger. He's a warmongering. I went to America and I told World Igbo Congress that this war you are avoiding is going to come to your villages. They said, no, it's not going to happen. What is happening today? When Yoruba was supporting the dead idiot called Buhari, did I not warn them that this evil you're supporting will consume you? They never listened. They never wanted to listen. IPOB is a terrorist group. You're trying to divide Nigeria. But Mietiana is not. People that you are calling bandits, have you heard anybody come out to say, please Buhari, since presidency is there defending terrorists in the forest, why don't you proscribe them? No, you cannot proscribe a Fulani group. Never. And all of you, we are supporting evil. When there is the proscribed IPOB, proscribed indigenous people of Biafra. These are Yoruba journalists writing junk. Every day they keep writing rubbish. But their land is under siege. Their land is under siege. And the Fulani will take it. It doesn't take time. So I am here today to encourage them that they must stand tall and be very strong, resolute. That is what Fulani does. They control the media. They have well-paid consultants all over the world doing their bidding for them. They have that woman at UN trying to lobby the world that everything is okay in the zoo called Nigeria. But you and I know that the zoo is not okay. You and I know the game plan of the Fulani. And what are you doing about it? Nothing. Every day you read, you lament, you complain. Every day you read, you lament. And that's all you do. That is all you do. You read, you lament, you complain. You do nothing about it. Your lives are being taken away from you. Your forests are being occupied. Your mothers are being raped. Your daughters are being abducted. And the whole national government, presidency, is supporting such people. And you're telling me that Nigeria is viably sustainable. Is that what you're telling me? That somehow this contraption is sustainable, it is viable. It can never be. Because the more you stay in one Nigeria, the more you are inviting the Fulanis to take over your ancestral lands, take over your villages, and to make life a misery for you. That is the end game. That is the outcome. If you doubt me, go and do a bit of research. Ask yourself, who are the Hausa people? Who are the Nupe people? Who are the Bachama people? All of these people were steamrolled by the Fulani march to the Atlantic Ocean. And now they're in Yoruba land. They're in their forests. They are in their forests. And who is going to drive them away from there? It's not the Yoruba youths. Forget about your useless governors. Your elders are very strong. I love Yoruba elders. The way they behave, the way they talk. Very, very strong. They say they support Akeredolu. This is the governor of Ondo State. They support him in what he's doing. People must come out to say that enough is enough. When you travel to the north, do you live in the forest in the north? The Igbo people in Sabongeri in Kanu. Are they living of course it's Hausa land, are they living in the forest? They came to the town, they work very hard, they build houses, they build mansions, they develop the entire place. Is that not what they do? What are Fulani people doing in our forest? Nobody can answer that question. They say that they're pastoralists. I want some of you who have had your breakfast this morning, please go to your fridge or go to where you keep your beef veggies and you will see pig milk. Pig. Some of us were raised on pig milk. For how many years now? And you keep asking yourself, what is pig milk? Pig milk is the same milk that the cows produce in Holland can be produced in the zoo. Tell me the country in the world aspiring to be a member of the UN Security Council where you move cattle from place to place. Are you people well at all? You so-called Nigerians, are you normal in the brain? I'm asking you a simple question. Show me a country that aspires to be in the 21st century moving cattle from place to place. Tell me they're grazing. Which country is that? Please tell me. All of you don't have any shame. When you have people, an entire presidency coming out to defend a very primitive, archaic agricultural practice, then you know you embrace serious mess. You are in one almighty trouble, I'm telling you. People are in a mess. The Holland that you get your pig milk from, do they move cattle from Rotterdam to Amsterdam? I'm asking you a simple question. But they produce the pig milk that you're drinking every blessed day. Why can't Fulani produce pig milk in Sokoto? Why can't they produce carnation milk in Kanu? They have the cattle. Before the white man came, did you see any Fulani in your forest? All these people talking rubbish about movement of cattle and movement of... I'm asking you, before Britain came and handed over Nigeria to Fulani, ask your grandfathers, please, or your grandmothers. Ask them. All this nonsense we are hearing today in this so-called one, I want to tell you the dangers of one Nigeria. All this nonsense you're hearing today about one Nigeria, Fulani in our forest, Fulani in our village. Before the white man came, did you see Fulani moving their cattle all over the place? Did we not have meat to eat? They will answer these questions for you. Because sometimes in Africa we don't reason very well. The way we reason is jaundiced, it is disjointed. I can't understand for the life of me why instead of them to waste all that money arming and equipping this Janjaweed army Mihetiala to come and conquer you and I, why don't they open a milk factory somewhere in the north and bring the milk down south? I'm sure southerners will buy it. After all, pig milk comes all the way from Holland. Pig milk all the way from Holland. Now you understand it. Because of the way you people reason. Why can't you produce? Is it difficult to produce milk? The same milk that comes out naturally from the udder of the cow. Why can't you put it, can it somewhere, pasteurize it, and send it to people to eat, to drink, or to do whatever with? All over the world, that is what is happening. In fact, they produce so much milk in Europe that they pour it away. Why can't you do the same thing? A whole president claiming they are in the 21st century are supporting a very primitive practice of moving cattle from place to place. All of you, you're not ashamed of yourselves. You have no shame. As somebody will say, your shame is shaming me. I'm telling you, you people from the zoo, I'm ashamed of your ignorance and stupidity. You people are hopeless, completely hopeless. One day now, one idiot to come and say, we are intellectuals. And you're moving cattle from Kafanchan to Ahoda. You are intellectuals. You are intellectualizing. You are in the 21st century, you are moving cattle, driving cattle, Nama, from over...
So, guys, you guys have listened to what Nnamdi Kanu said. Exactly what you said there is nothing but the truth. You see those people that used to believe in one Nigeria, you're just nothing but inviting Fulani herders into your land. Any place you go, any state you go, and they say that that state believe in one Nigeria, just know that Fulani people are going to attack you guys soon. Because these Fulani herders, they're only attacking people who believe in one Nigeria. To be honest, they already know that the Igbos don't even believe in one Nigeria. That is why you see it is hard. There's no a time that Igbos ever liked Fulani. They don't like them at all. So if you're in any state and that your state believes in one Nigeria, I tell you that Fulani is going to attack you people because you guys believe in one Nigeria. So you believing in one Nigeria, you're just nothing but attracting them to your state so that they will come and attack. You're just nothing but attracting them. He warned us about, you guys listen to what he said. He said, I warned you guys about this Fulani herdsmen a very long time ago, but you people never believed me. Now, you guys are not crying. Now, Benue State is not crying. I remember a time whereby the Fulani used to warn the Igbos. Now, and the Igbos learned they separated from them. The Igbos gave them a large distance. Like, even Nnamdi Kanu said this. The hatred for the Fulani is not here. The way Nnamdi Kanu hate the Fulani is like the hatred is not here because he knows what they are capable of. He knows what they're capable of. Now, just take a look at what is happening in Benue. Look at the massacre that happened in Benue everywhere. Look at the massacre. This is terrible. What happened in Benue is terrible. And this is as a result of the way they accommodated Fulanese in their land. Now, take a look at, they are now crying. They are now bleeding. Like, it is really, really terrible. I remember when Nnamdi Kanu was warning many people about Fulani headers. He even warned the Igbos he warned the Igbos of Fulanese, and the Igbos separated themselves immediately. They separated themselves. And that's why you see today the attack is not much in the southeast, because the Fulanese, the headers, have already known the way Igbos hate them. You see, Igbo and Fulani, they know they go the same way. They are not always the same way, so they have already understood that, oh, those people, they don't believe in one Nigeria. That's why you see if the attack is less in the southeast, unlike the way it is in Benue and now in northern, especially in Plateau State. She just even today we even heard that attack. There was an attack that was going on in Katsina today. I'm telling you guys the honest truth today, and it's so sad that we still saw some of our leaders, some of our military we are having conversations, deep conversation with these terrorist people. Like our militaries, they were having conversation with these terrorists in the bush. This is terrible. You guys even need to actually take a look at what really happened. Like I will just show you guys the image. Look at our militaries. We are having conversation with terrorists. You see it? With known terrorists, they were having a meeting. Just imagine, my people. Just imagine. I'm actually showing you guys this picture so you guys will take. They were having meetings. Our military. You guys saw the military there with terrorists. Look at them. Look at them. They're having meeting with them. And now after we'll be asking where our problem is from. Just imagine having meeting with them in the bush. These people are having meeting with terrorists in the bush. So bad. This to tell you guys what we are seeing in this country called Nigeria. After now, we'll be asking where our problem is from. But look at them. They are having conversations with them in the bush. And I can vividly remember when they were warning us about these Fulani people. I can remember when Nnamdi Kanu was warning us, but some people kept to deaf ears. Now they are not the ones crying out aloud. They are not the ones crying out in the internet. Look at the massacre that happened in Benue State. Is this something to forget? The worst part of it, the person we call our president couldn't even come out to say a good thing, at least to condole people that lost their children in that. Children were born, mothers, brothers and sisters they were born to death, and our president couldn't even do a visitation in that place. Okay, let us start from what happened in Plateau State. When that attack happened in Plateau State, our president never came. Even the one that happened in Katsina, he never came. The one that happened in Zafara, he never came. He never came. Let me tell you, I keep telling people, everybody you see in the seat today, they're just there for their political self. They don't care about we citizens. So we need to start deploying weapons to protect ourselves. We need to start protecting ourselves. They need to legalize weapons in Nigeria. Since the Nigerian government cannot protect us again, they don't care. But let them legalize weapons so that we'll carry weapons and defend ourselves. By the time we start carrying weapons, all these Fulani terrorists, they will be running away. You won't see them again. They will be tearing race. They will be even they will be avoiding us because they will find out that, oh, we are carrying our own weapons, so we can't attack these people. They are carrying. It's because of Benue people. That particular community, they don't have weapons. Their youth self that are safeguarded, they don't have weapons. Either they had weapons better than them, do dare them to come and attack them. They already know that if they attack them, that they are going to. Some of them will not even come back alive. That is why you see that. So they use weapons, to scare people and buy people. So if they legalize guns in Nigeria, you will find out that these people will not even try that nonsense that they're doing. They will not. And this is the same thing that they have been telling. You see, all these things that started, it was Gowon that caused it. Gowon, Buhari. See these people that them cause everything where they happen for Nigeria today. Guys, just take a look at this video and I'll be right back.
During the war, part of the things Gowon did to cause more death in the Igbo land was to take all the money deposited in the bank by the Igbos, all our money, and gave us only 20 pounds. Whether you have 200,000 pounds or 200 million, or the federal government of Nigeria took it away as long as it is owned by the Igbo man. he took them away and was using that money to fight us. What does that tell you? If it were today's world, what they did in the South was genocide. It wasn't a war. Because the Biafran soldiers were giving them hell at the battleground. Instead of them to battle them, they went after the civilians. Innocent civilians, women and children. That was why the casualty was so high on Igbo land. They left the real soldiers who were fighting them in the bush because they couldn't match the Biafran soldiers. They now vent their anger on innocent Igbo civilians, women and children. That was why there was heavy casualty.
In the cause of a war, is that acceptable? Even though we know that they said all is fair in war. But no, is that action acceptable?
That's why we are complaining. Yes, that's why we are. It's not fair. Under the Geneva Convention, you are not supposed to do that. Okay. Go and look at the recorded history of what happened. Women and children who were hiding in a church in somewhere in Onitsha, they slaughtered all of them. Frederick Forsyth said at least over 300 people that he
saw. The Nigerian military did
that. Yes, slaughtered all of them. And even Benjamin Adekule, the Black Scorpion, he was boasting on how he was cutting down women and children in Igbo land. He was boasting of it. No, is that what you call a war? You are fighting armless women and children.
So, Barrister, why didn't that reintegration process and re-radicalization process
it's going on with terrorists in Nigeria? Yes, exactly.
It's happening with Boko Haram terrorists. They are de-radicalizing them, disarming them, and reintegrating them back into the society. And we've seen in all history of wars, like Rwandan genocide, like I cited, there was that program. It took place for peace and unity to be able to reign. Looks like it's some kind of closure for the people who suffered in that crisis. Why didn't that happen in Nigeria?
No, you should be asking Gowon. Because he was in a position to do that, but he did not. He did not. So what is he telling me now? This is a man who would have taken care to heal the wounds, but he did not. Now he's telling us it was necessary. It was not necessary. On what ground? Who started that war?
Okay.
In the first place? Who started that war?
Okay, if the former head of state, Gowon, didn't do that, the heads of state before him, after him, I mean, why didn't anybody, even in democratic system, when former President Olusegun Obasanjo came in 1999, Jonathan was there, Buhari was there, even the current president now, why haven't any head of state or any president taken any action for that?
Because of what? Propaganda, disinformation. Promise, since that war happened, it had been recorded through propaganda that the Igbos started a civil war, that we wanted to disintegrate Nigeria.
Until IBB's
good, until IBB wrote a book. You can see what we're talking about. So shame is on them now, including Gowon. This thing you are telling me now, Gowon have not deemed it fit to discuss what is going on in Plateau and Benue as of today. His own state, Plateau. He has not told us what happened. Why are they killing them in that state now? His own state, oh. He has never opened his mouth to utter a word about that killing going on there. This was exactly what they were doing to the Igbos that time until the Igbos reacted. This thing that's going on in Plateau, is it not enough to cause war? Tell me, is it not enough to cause war? This is exactly what happened in 1967 when they were killing the Igbos all over the place.
When lives are being threatened.
Perish. And you kept quiet, and you expect them to keep quiet. That was exactly what happened. Exactly what, this is the same modus operandi. But because these people have tolerated, either they don't have the liver to fight or whatever.
All right, Barrister, let's move on to other stories.
So I thank God it's happening under Gowon's nose. I expected him to talk about
he's from
it.
Plateau State.
I said I expected him to talk about it.
A lot of Plateau citizens have.
So, guys, exactly what Barrister Darlington said here. You know, the things that are happening now in Benue State is enough to cause war. Like, people are still saying they should declare a state of emergency in Benue State immediately. What is happening in Benue State and Plateau? It's just enough to cause war, because that was what happened during the Biafran war. They were buying people, and before you know it, it resorted to war. So, you know, it's enough to cause war. But these people have not still told us, like, why they are buying their own people. They have not told us what is really going on in Benue State, the reason why they are buying people in Benue as well as in Plateau State. Before now it was Plateau State. Now all of a sudden they have come to attack Benue. Benue is now where they are attacking for now. You can imagine. You can imagine. And this thing that is going on in Nigeria is enough to cause war in Nigeria. Yes, it's enough to cause a serious war in Nigeria. It's even enough to cause will I even say it's third war in Nigeria. But they have not told us what is happening. Just imagine this image that is playing on the screen here, where this military we are seeing having meeting with serious bandits in Nigeria. Can you imagine? They were involved, they were having meeting with serious bandits in Nigeria, notorious bandits in Nigeria. This is very, very bad, and if nothing is done about all this now, if nothing is done about the insecurity now, if they don't do something about the insecurity, don't be surprised that another world war is going to break out. Yes, another war is going to break out in Nigeria. So many people have said that even if war come today, they're like that prepared, they will fight, because enough is enough. Many people are tired of insecurity. They watch every day their brothers are being killed. See the reason why we said, let us stop accommodating the Funanis. Let them go to their land. Let us have our own land. That's why you see Martin and Khalil is fighting for the Igbos to have their own nation, so that he will know, oh, that's okay, the Igbos are on their own. So anything that wants to happen should happen. The Igbos have already gotten their own nation. They are now Biafra. So that's what Martin and Khalil is actually fighting for. And it's only Martin and Khalil that can tell you guys what is really going on in Nigeria. All our leaders are all liars. They're all liars. Even Gowon is a liar. All these people are big liars. It is now that Gowon is started telling us what just happened. So if you imagine, if things have not come to this extent now, Gowon will never open up and say something. Why didn't Gowon say the truth when he had the opportunity to say the truth? But he kept it to himself. This is that man should be how many years now? But he kept the truth. He kept the truth to himself. You can imagine how callous and wicked someone can be. They have been blaming the Igbos. They are the ones that started war in Nigeria, but it was not the Igbos. Then this man kept the secret to himself for how many years? It shows how callous and wicked someone is. For you to keep the truth, check how many years that man, his age now, for him to keep such a secret till now, means that man is a very callous and wicked man. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share. And concerning Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's case, his case was supposed to be today, which is 16 June 2025, but something happened and they had to adjourn it to 18th June 2025. So definitely, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will be continuing his trial on the 18th June 2025, which is on Wednesday. So, guys, and I'll be giving you guys more updates and things that will be happening in court live and direct about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu's court case. So, guys, see you guys in my next live video.